Welcome, physics enthusiasts, to a truly historic day in modern astrophysics. Today, we are exploring a breathtaking cosmic convergence that sounds like science fiction but is entirely governed by the laws of orbital mechanics. On August 12th, 2026, our planet will experience three major astronomical phenomena simultaneously. First, a spectacular total solar eclipse will sweep across the northern hemisphere. Second, the Perseid meteor shower will reach its absolute annual peak, filling the sky with streaks of light. Third, a rare six-planet alignment will see Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus position themselves on the same side of the Sun. This unique triad of events offers an unprecedented laboratory for observation. As scientists, we do not view this as a mystical omen, but rather as a beautiful demonstration of predictable orbital paths intersecting in time. Today, we will dissect the precise geometry, mathematics, and instrumentation required to analyze this grand triple header. Prepare to dive deep into the mathematical models that prove these celestial dynamics are working in perfect harmony. Let us establish the exact timeline for these events. The entire trifecta unfolds on August 12th, 2026, making it a red-letter day for observers worldwide. The total solar eclipse will begin its journey in the remote Arctic Ocean, tracking south over Greenland, slicing directly through western Iceland, and sweeping across northern Spain before concluding at sunset in the Mediterranean Sea. Simultaneously, as night falls, the Perseid meteor shower will unleash its maximum zenithal hourly rate, casting bright streaks across the darkened skies. Compounding this visual feast, the six-planet parade will be visible, with the planets flanking the Sun in a tight, apparent line. The synchronization of a daytime shadow, a nighttime debris storm, and a multi-planetary alignment requires specific temporal intervals to match perfectly. Understanding when these cycles overlap allows astrophysicists to coordinate global observing networks, maximizing data collection during the brief windows of peak visibility. We must analyze how these independent timelines converge on this exact date. To appreciate the rarity of this convergence, we must examine our historical records. While individual solar eclipses occur roughly every 18 months somewhere on Earth, a total eclipse hitting these specific European regions is rare. Spain, for instance, has not witnessed a total solar eclipse since 1905. Furthermore, finding a historical precedent where a total eclipse, the maximum of the Perseid meteor shower, and a grand six-planet alignment happened on the exact same calendar day yields no recorded matches in modern astronomical history. Planetary alignments of this magnitude occur only once every few decades due to differing orbital periods. Eclipses operate on the Saros cycle of 18 years, 11 days, and 8 hours. The Perseids repeat annually as Earth passes through the debris cloud of comet Swift-Tuttle. The mathematically independent nature of these three distinct cycles means their precise intersection on August 12th represents a multi-millennial statistical anomaly, making our modern observations historically unique. Let us break down the fundamental physics driving our first phenomenon, the total solar eclipse. This event is a classic example of Syzygy, the straight-line alignment of three or more celestial bodies in a gravitational system. For a total eclipse to manifest, the Moon must position itself directly between the Earth and the Sun during its new moon phase. This alignment projects two distinct regions of shadow onto the surface of our planet. The inner, darkest region is known as the umbra, where the Sun is completely obscured by the lunar disk. Surrounding this is the penumbra, where the light is only partially blocked. Because the Moon's orbit is inclined by approximately 5 degrees relative to Earth's orbital plane, the ecliptic, Syzygy, does not happen every single month. Instead, the Moon must cross Earth's orbital plane at specific intersection points, known as orbital nodes. Only when a new moon perfectly coincides with a nodal crossing can the umbral shadow reach Earth. To evaluate the scale of this eclipse, we must utilize the mathematical formula for eclipse magnitude. The formula states that capital M equals the angular diameter of the Moon, denoted as theta sub m, divided by the angular diameter of the Sun, denoted as theta sub s. Mathematically, this is written as capital M equals theta sub m over theta sub s. For a total solar eclipse to occur, capital M must be greater than or equal to 1. If capital M is less than 1, the moon appears smaller than the sun, resulting in an annular or ring eclipse instead. On August 12, 2026, the value of capital M will exceed 1.01 over Spain, ensuring several minutes of complete darkness. This variation depends heavily on the elliptical orbits of both the Earth and the Moon, which constantly alter their respective distances and apparent angular sizes from our viewing perspective. Our second phenomenon, the Perseid meteor shower, operates on an entirely different scale of physics. This annual display is caused by Earth passing through the orbital debris trail left behind by Comet 109P/Swift-Tuttle. As this massive, icy comet approaches the Sun every 133 years, solar radiation heats its surface, causing volatile gases to sublimate and release millions of tiny dust grains and pebble-sized particles into a stream along its orbital path. When Earth intersects this meteoroid stream every August, these particles collide with our upper atmosphere at extreme velocities of approximately 60 kilometers per second. The kinetic energy of the incoming debris is rapidly converted into thermal energy through friction and compression of the air. This intense heat vaporizes the meteoroid and ionizes the surrounding atmospheric gases, creating the brilliant glowing trails of plasma that we observe from the ground as shooting stars. When observing a meteor shower, all streaks appear to originate from a single focal point in the night sky, a geometric illusion known as the radiant. For the Perseids, this radiant point is located within the northern constellation Perseus, which gives the shower its famous name. The position of the radiant is determined by the vector sum of Earth's orbital velocity and the incoming velocity of the meteoroid stream. To quantify the intensity of the shower, astrophysicists use the Zenithal hourly rate formula. The formula states that capital Z capital H capital R equals capital, and times are to the power of 6 minus capital L, all divided by T times sine of alpha. Spelled out completely, that is, capital Z capital H capital R equals capital, and multiplied by R raised to the power of 6 minus capital L, divided by the product of T and the sine of alpha. Let us break down the components of this vital equation to understand how we calculate meteor rates. Capital N represents the number of meteors actually observed during a specific time period. The variable R is the population index, which dictates the brightness distribution of the meteors within the stream. The variable capital L represents the limiting magnitude of the observer's night sky, which quantifies local light pollution levels. The variable T represents the total effective observation time in hours, and alpha represents the angular altitude of the radiant point above the horizon. Because the moon will be in a thin crescent phase during the eclipse on August 12th, the night sky will be exceptionally dark. This low background light dramatically lowers capital L, meaning our calculated zenithal hourly rate will peak at well over 100 meteors per hour, providing an incredibly dense dataset for atmospheric entry studies. Now, let us turn our attention to the third and final act of this cosmic convergence, the rare six-planet alignment. From our perspective on Earth, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus will appear to cluster within a narrow sector of the sky. In astrophysics, we define this as a planetary alignment or clustering, occurring when multiple planets inhabit the same heliocentric quadrant. This means if you were looking down at the solar system from above, these 6 planets would reside within a tight 90-degree angular slice relative to the Sun. This layout is not a perfectly straight line due to the slight variations in orbital inclinations among the planets, but from Earth's point of view along the ecliptic plane, they appear to march across the sky in a spectacular, sequential parade. This event is a superb manifestation of planetary synodic periods aligning over vast spans of time. To model why planetary alignments are so uncommon, we must apply Kepler's third law of planetary motion. The law states that the square of a planet's orbital period, capital T, is directly proportional to the cube of the semi-major axis of its elliptical orbit, denoted as small a. Mathematically, the formula is written as capital t squared equals small a cubed when using units of Earth years and astronomical units. Because each planet sits at a vastly different distance from the gravitational well of the Sun, their orbital speeds vary drastically. Mercury completes an orbit in just 88 days, while distant Uranus requires 84 Earth years to complete a single revolution. Because these periods are mathematically incommensurate, meaning they cannot be divided into each other as simple whole numbers, the mathematical probability of 6 planets occupying the same narrow angular sector simultaneously is exceptionally low, requiring decades of orbital shuffling to achieve. The observation geometry during this alignment creates distinct viewing conditions for each planet involved. The inner planets, Mercury and Venus, will be positioned near their maximum angular separations from the Sun, known as elongations, making them highly visible just after sunset. Meanwhile, the outer planets, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus, will display varying degrees of visibility based on their opposition geometry. Opposition occurs when Earth passes directly between an outer planet and the Sun, making that planet appear at its brightest and visible all night long. The angular separation between any two planets as seen from Earth is calculated using the spherical law of cosines. This formula states that cosine of theta equals sine of delta sub 1 times sine of delta sub 2, plus cosine of delta sub 1 times cosine of delta sub 2 times cosine of the quantity alpha sub 1 minus alpha sub 1. Let us carefully define the variables of this vital geometric formula. The angle theta is the final apparent angular separation between the two planets in the sky. The variables alpha sub 1 and alpha sub 2 represent the right ascension coordinates of the first and second planets, respectively. The variables delta sub 1 and delta sub 2 represent their respective declination coordinates. Right ascension and declination function as the longitude and latitude of a celestial sphere. When we calculate this formula for all 6 planets on August 12, 2026, we find that their maximum angular spread is remarkably small. This tight grouping creates a dramatic visual line across the ecliptic plane, offering a superb opportunity for wide-field astrophotography and providing an elegant visual verification of our deep space heliocentric orbital models. Capturing precise scientific data from 3 simultaneous events requires a highly sophisticated array of instrumentation and detection methods. For the total solar eclipse, astrophysicists deploy ground-based coronagraphs and high-resolution spectrographs equipped with cooled charge-coupled devices, or CCD detectors. These systems allow us to block the blinding light of the solar disk and capture the faint, million-degree solar corona. Meanwhile, tracking the Perseid meteor shower relies on specialized wide-field all-sky cameras and automated radar networks. Meteor radar stations emit radio waves into the upper atmosphere. When a meteor creates an ionized plasma trail, it reflects the radio signals back to Earth. This process, known as forward scattering, allows us to calculate meteor velocities and mass distributions even through dense cloud cover. Finally, tracking the planets requires large aperture optical telescopes and infrared sensors to map planetary atmospheres and refine our orbital ephemerides. Let's focus on the specific data we can extract from the solar corona during the brief minutes of totality. The corona is the outer atmosphere of the Sun, composed of highly ionized plasma shaped by intense magnetic fields. Normally, the brilliant light from the solar photosphere completely drowns out the corona, making it invisible without specialized space-based hardware. Total eclipses provide a unique ground-based opportunity to observe the lowest layers of the corona with extreme clarity. By using a spectrograph, we can analyze the emission lines of highly charged ions, such as iron-14, which has lost 13 of its electrons due to extreme thermal energy. The presence of these ions allows us to calculate the temperature of the corona, which mysteriously exceeds 2 million Kelvin, vastly hotter than the solar surface below. This phenomenon, known as the coronal heating problem, remains one of the greatest challenges in modern solar physics. To model the long-term behavior of these planetary alignments and orbital paths, we must look beyond simple Keplerian ellipses and apply Newton's law of universal gravitation combined with perturbation theory. Newton's fundamental formula states that the gravitational force, capital F, between two masses equals big G times mass 1 times mass 2, all divided by the distance, small r, squared. Written out, that is, capital F equals big G times mass 1 times mass 2 over small r squared. While the Sun's massive gravity dominates the solar system, the planets also exert small, continuous gravitational forces on one another. During a six-planet alignment, these bodies are clustered in the same general direction, causing minor cumulative gravitational perturbations. While these forces are far too small to destabilize the solar system, calculating these subtle shifts is critical for maintaining the accuracy of our deep space navigation and spacecraft trajectories. Next, let us explore the mathematical modeling of our meteor shower. As a Perseid meteoroid enters the atmosphere, its deceleration and mass loss are governed by a pair of coupled differential equations. The first is the deceleration equation, which states that dv over dt equals minus 1/2 times capital C sub capital D times rho times capital A times v squared, all divided by m, spelled out completely. dv over dt equals minus 1/2 multiplied by the drag coefficient capital C sub capital D times the atmospheric density rho times the cross-sectional area capital A times velocity v squared divided by the mass m. The second is the mass loss equation. dm over dt equals minus 1/2 times capital C sub capital H times rho times capital A times v cubed, all divided by capital Q. These precise calculations allow us to determine the composition of the comet dust, helping us understand the primordial material from which our outer solar system formed. The cosmic convergence on August 12, 2026, provides profound implications for broader astrophysics. Eclipses allow us to study the solar wind, which shapes the space weather environment across our entire solar system. Simultaneously, studying the dust stream of comet Swift-Tuttle via the Perseids gives us a direct chemical sample of the ancient, frozen material from the early solar nebula. Finally, modeling the planetary alignment provides vital data for refining our gravitational algorithms and understanding orbital resonances. Interestingly, these exact multi-planet configurations are highly relevant to the study of exoplanetary systems orbiting distant stars. By observing how our own planets align and interact, we can better interpret the light curves and transit data from alien solar systems discovered by space telescopes. This rare day of events bridges local planetary science with our grand understanding of the wider universe. As we conclude today's lecture, let us reflect on the grand lesson of this celestial alignment. The simultaneous occurrence of a total solar eclipse, the peak of the Perseid meteor shower, and a six-planet parade on August 12, 2026, serves as a powerful reminder of the clockwork precision of our universe. These events are the predictable results of independent orbital cycles intersecting in space and time, dictated by the elegant laws of physics and mathematics we have explored today. For an astrophysicist, this rare day is more than just a spectacular sight. It is a profound scientific opportunity to test our instruments, refine our mathematical models, and deepen our understanding of cosmic mechanics. Make sure to prepare your tracking gear, review your coordinate formulas, and look up to the skies on August 12th. Thank you for your time today. Keep exploring, keep calculating, and I will see you in our next lecture.